Hello, everybody. This is Carmelo and Sasha from Arcane Ventures back with another 10-minute investor eye test. Today, we're actually doing our second ever Nodesale eye test for Revolving Games, a AAA Web3 blockchain gaming company. I feel like I've heard of 1,000 of these launching lately. Sasha, do you know anything about this?
I know quite a bit about it actually. We're well plugged into the Web3 gaming space, and it seems like there's a lot of gaming networks that are launching, and we know a few that are quite good. Actually, we're working with one that's very impressive that we love very much. But there's a lot of these gaming networks that are coming to market with no games. It's sort of like that if we build it, they will come mentality, which is wrong. We talked about this in a previous video with Ronin. But yeah, I guess we'll dive in and see, like, maybe they do have games. I'm not sure what they've got, but I do know they've got a Nodesale and they've got a network. So I guess we're going to find out.
Yeah, and just for context for the viewers, before we dive in, last time I think when we covered the Nodesale, we figured out pretty understandably so that you need to know the underlying token utility as well as the node utility and how the node functions in the ecosystem. So we're going to be trying to look at both of those items in 10 minutes, which is not easy. But the point here is to see what we can learn from just 10 minutes of research diligence. And obviously, we can't decide if we want to invest, but we can decide if we don't want to invest or look further into it. So that is the mission for today.
Yeah, for sure. Let's be honest. You guys are still not doing more than 10 minutes of research for node sales. So we're sticking with 10 minutes. And make sure you stick around to the end where we give our verdicts. So if you are good to go, we will begin the 10 minutes. You ready, Mello?
Yep, ready to go.
Starting meow. 10 minutes on the books. Revolving Games, Nodesale. And it's a AAA Web3 blockchain gaming company. Some people might say AAA Web3 gaming is an oxymoron, but I'm going to leave that one alone. But check this out, dude. They got some big backers.
Wow, yeah, Pantera, that pops out.
The
Animoca,
lead.
which I think they want to be involved in every game that ever launches ever again. Dapper Labs. Dapper Labs, that's interesting since they have their own blockchain as well.
Yeah, Cipher Capital, Gemhead. Interesting. So yeah, they've got the latest funding round is seed. They raised 25 million. I don't know how accurate this information is if they raised 25 million amongst all these investors, but that's a lot for a seed round, which means that the fully diluted value should be quite high. But I don't think we're seeing that because they're doing a node sale. So these investors might be standing at an FDV that is maybe in excess of 100, maybe $200 million for this blockchain game. So let's keep that in mind when we analyze some of the games and the website and the tech and stuff.
Oh, they're doing an IDO on Ford Foundry as well. So they're doing token launch and initial node sale. And I'm wondering what the seed investors invested in. Was it equity? Was it token? Was it nodes? Was it some combination of the three? So that's also pretty interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if it is a token, like I mentioned, it should be a high valuation.
Yep.
IDO and node sale, some people say it's best to do one or the other, but it really depends. These are catered towards different audiences. So it depends. And with a gaming network, you might want people to help secure your network, and you might want tokens to go into the hands of IDO participants to convert them into gamers. That's perfectly valid as well.
Yeah,
So
and I think two things that we always want to look at for node sales that you and I have learned with copious amounts of research over the last few months. You want to look at how much of the actual token supply is allocated to nodes and how many nodes they're going to be and how much money they want to raise with these nodes. Because those
mhm.
three things can tell you a lot about how it's been designed or structured.
Oh yeah. Let's jump into the website.
The
The arcade
website
awaits.
is very twitchy and weird looking. I don't know if I like it.
This is gonna give me an aneurysm.
Yeah, and be sure to do no sound because it's intense. It blasts you away.
Wait, where's the sound? Where?
No, I think you enter the arcade.
Okay. These are two landing pages that you have to get by.
I think there's three of them. Oh yeah, here's the third one. Okay, enter without sound.
And that, there's three landing pages. Come on, guys, what's happening here? Just let people get to your information. All right, let's enter with the audio and see if it's ear
No,
cancer.
edit it out. So
That's pretty poor electricity.
there's a game trailer, and I don't know if it actually shows real gameplay or just some nice studio made some generic gaming titles for it. But I think that's important because we were talking before about like, what is the most important thing for a gaming chain to have?
Sorry, I
Games.
had to turn off that music. It was giving me a headache. Yeah, right. So let's check out the games. If they're a gaming network, they've got to have games. They've got some arcade things here.
They
Um,
have almost
th
no information about games though, or tokenomics.
it looks like this is same exact menu, but just like in a different format. Um,
Absolutely.
all right, so let's check out the games first. You said there's no information on games.
Yeah.
This
So
is
they have
not information on games. This is not even
oh, they got like
close.
so they got Hatchlings by Skyborn Phoenix Flight, Project Nova, and everybody's favorite game coming soon.
Oh man, that link just took me back to
Oh no, you just got
the
landing page.
landing page, dude. Do I have to go through all three again? Yeah, I think I do. All right,
They're
great.
like they're like, we paid for 3 landing pages, so we're gonna get our money's worth and you're gonna use them, all right?
Better go through these landing pages. So if that's really all the games they have, I know there is some like YouTube trailer with
Yeah,
some of their
the
games,
trailer
but
right there, I think in the top left. But I think it's like
trailer. Oh,
2
okay.
minutes. But I don't know
Let's
if
just
these are
take a
real
quick look.
games or just generic.
Cinematic, 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 cinematic. I'm not seeing any actual gameplay footage.
No, there's none. It looks cool, but there's no gameplay.
All right. So is it safe to say that the rest of this video has no gameplay footage? Are we
Yeah.
going, are we taking a step back to 2021 GameFi hype cycle where people raised millions of dollars off of a fun trailer they dropped 25K on? Do
Yeah, I
they
guess
have games?
the difference is instead of launching a game, you're launching a whole chain now. I think that's the new meta for gaming. You don't see a lot of companies raising for just one game, right? That's like 3 years ago, last cycle.
It's different because if you actually sell equity in like,
Yeah,
the company developing the game, or if you sell like a part of the IP for the game, then you have real ownership. But if you're selling a token, it's much more strong to have a token that captures the economic activity and value from multiple games if you're a game development studio. So yeah, I think it makes sense to sell a token for like a gaming ecosystem or a network or a game development studio that fits that token into multiple different games. I mean, we saw so many projects launch a token just for a game, and like I think 90 something percent of those went into the dirt, not because not because like the economic systems weren't good. It's just like they were cratered before they even produced a game. It was just they
yep.
were all pump and dumps. Not going to mention Star
So
Atlas. Oops, it just did. So there's the tokenomics, and it's the
that's it.
backbone of the arcade network. 50% of the arcade token pool. So we haven't seen a whole lot in like the Nodesale. We haven't seen a whole lot on um, like the use case for the token, but I'm assuming it's a gas token for the network, like many other networks. This is all the information they have on the nodes. So yeah, not a lot. I would expect to see like a sales structure, pricing for the nodes, different types of tiers, the functionality of the nodes, like what do they actually do? because some of these projects are launching networks with nodes, and the nodes aren't really nodes even. Some of them are just selling NFTs that they're calling nodes, and it's no different than
Yep.
if you guys remember land sales, where you just like you instead of like getting tokens, you purchase an NFT and the NFT releases you tokens. It was another bait and switch
So they
back in
have governance.
2022.
They mentioned governance there, but some of it's all grayed out. But at least they pretended to have some concepts. They don't want you to access it yet. But so when is this? This is launching soon, and they have TBA to be announced. We don't want to give you any information on nodes. That's a terrible look for a company that's going to be launching a massive product in the next several days, right?
Yeah, I mean, considering they've got if that information is accurate, if they raise 25 million, you figure they could put even like 100K into decent marketing, update their website, finish out their documentation, make this at least look like a real company. I'm a little bit disappointed. Like, I don't know what games they have, but this is the funny thing that we see in this industry all the time. The idea of giving teasers or hinting at something or creating speculation around something, if they actually had games, they would show their games, right? Because they would want you to believe that they have games already for this network and there's more value in the network. So I don't want to poo poo on them, but the fact that they're not showing any like real games or information around games tells me that maybe they're not really sitting on a lot. So I don't know if it's like, I don't see how a surprise really fits well into the marketing strategy if the node sale is already coming up or it's live.
Yeah, what's that there? NFT staking node presale.
It's very
Uh,
degen.
oh, 50% of nodes. What's that say below it? Okay, so
Oh
yeah, we
man.
know. Okay, so this is one of the things we mentioned at the beginning of the video. 50% of all tokens will be going to nodes. So that's interesting. And then they lump that together with airdrops. So 62% of all tokens will be going to the community, assuming communities are people that are buying nodes and not VCs or team members. So that
So
is all we have for tokenomics. It's one piece of the puzzle, but there's not a whole lot left. I don't know what nodes do, how many there are, how many tiers there are. Why would I buy one? What does the token do? We don't even know what the token does, let alone the node.
let's go. Let's go to verdicts because we're diving
Uh,
into it. But before we do, if you guys like our irreverence towards these things that we're seeing in the industry nowadays, send us a like, give us a subscribe. We've got more fun and quirky 10-minute eye tests coming up. We've got some fun videos coming up, particularly around node sales and other things in the industry. So without further ado, Mello, what's your take on Revolving Games Nodesale?
I think this is going to be one of the more brutal verdicts I've had in a while, but that was horrible. Like, imagine getting paid as the economist or whoever created this. They're like, all right, you hand over the deliverables. This is the backbone of gaming. Chain. Okay, pay me now. Thank you. Like, that is the sorriest lack of information I've ever seen. Like, why, when you invest, you need to know what you're investing in. Why would you ever hand over money? I mean, I know that I know this is the crypto industry where people send money to an anonymous KOL for a meme coin that might never exist to a funding wallet, but still, like, how do you justify this? Where are the games? Where's the utility? Where are the token utilities? Where are the node utilities? Where are the node sale metrics? All I know is that there's this ominous countdown to a node sale. I don't know where to contribute money. I don't know what they're raising in. I'm shocked that Pantera and Animoca are invested in this. I would love to know what they see that I'm not seeing, that you're not seeing. And I know we just took 10 short minutes to look at this, but I think I got to give this a massive thumbs down, like massive thumbs down. Like
Oh
I
man.
couldn't be more disappointed with how many gaming chains are launching right now that don't need to exist. And, you know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Revolving Games is going to be amazing. They're going to have a huge buffet of incredible games that Web3 needs right now, but I don't see it. So,
I believe it's pronounced Buffett. But this might be the biggest thumbs down you've ever given, and that was a harsh critique, but I understand why. Let's take a little step back and look at the big picture, guys. And this is gonna maybe paint, like a lot of the colors around my verdict. So, Pantera is a very, very big name in the investment space. Animoca is a big name. There are some big names here that see a lot of promise in what Revolving Games is doing. Otherwise, they wouldn't be leading the round. They wouldn't be helping them raise $25 million, supposedly, to launch this blockchain gaming network. And if you think about Animoca and Pantera and all these other people, what do they want? They want to hopefully see this product do well. They want to see a lot of users and players on board in the ecosystem and use and play the games. And they want to see the company continue to raise capital and develop revenue that's going to grow with more users coming on and hopefully provide an exit or a return for these investors. In all of these cases, Revolving Games seem to have failed. They've failed to communicate what's the value proposition for investors that are interested in node sales. What do the nodes do? What do they do for you? Why are they important in the network? What do you get for operating a node? None of this has been communicated on the website, which should be the main location of information for a company. On top of that, there's no information on the actual product itself, like the games. And so what interest do players have in visiting this website and understanding what Revolving Games is doing? There's nothing interesting for me there as a video gamer. I've seen nothing except a cinematic trailer with a bunch of random footage from different types of games, no names, no interfaces. It might as well be generic copy pasta game cinematography. So
46 landing pages. That's it.
And 46 landing pages. How many times do I have to click enter? So look, if I'm Pantera, I'm pissed, okay? Because now my investment doesn't look so good anymore. You guys are maybe not doing a great job of communicating what you need to your potential stakeholders, to your potential future investors, and to your potential players. So for me, it's a thumbs down. That's pretty sad. Man,
I mean,
I feel like I need to sit down.
I'll give Pantera the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure there's something that we're not seeing that hasn't even been communicated. So I don't think is a dire bad investment from them. I am sure there's something interesting behind the scenes that we're not seeing. But yeah, you're absolutely right. This is bad communication to potential investors. So I think that's the moral of the story here. If you're going to do something as ambitious as a node sale or a token sale, then you better communicate the value proposition to the people that are going to be buying it. And it shouldn't just be speculative, because this is crypto and a lot of people want to speculate. So they hear AAA blockchain Web3 gaming studio with crazy titles and they see a flashy cinematic trailer and then they're bought in. That's not enough anymore.
Yeah, a bait and switch, man. Like, you say AAA gaming, but then you don't back it up or you don't show any evidence. Those are big words to throw around. Anyways, that's our 10 minutes in the books. Thanks for watching as always. Thanks for sticking with us through these tirades and these rants. We have a lot of fun doing this, actually, as much as it might not seem that way. And make sure you guys give us a like, throw us a subscribe. We've got some interviews coming up. We've got some more eye tests coming up, and we've got some more information around node sales. So until next time, stay safe, my friends. Ciao.